Hello, staff and students, and welcome to the 2017-18 school year. We're going to start this year off just a little bit differently by doing a short seminar on People First language. Now, towards the end of last year, I kind of realized that our staff and our students, and myself included, were having a hard time using People First languages. So I went to several workshops and did a lot of different research on ways to use People First language. So we're just going to do a quick presentation about some tips and tricks to help you use People First language. So first of all, how you talk to your students or your friends matters. Are you using language that will make people feel better about themselves? The old saying goes, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That saying is getting flushed down the drain because words do hurt. And I am sure everyone in this room has at one point or another in time been a subject of someone else using mean words. A person is more than their disability. For example, a person who wears glasses doesn't say, I have a problem seeing. They simply say, I need glasses. Someone that has glasses typically does not necessarily want to wear them, but it's a need that they have to be able to see. Same thing goes for someone that plays sports. We don't define somebody by their ability to do something. We don't say, so-and-so is a great athlete. We might say, so-and-so is a really good person. He's a really good student. And on top of all that, he is also a really good athlete. Because a person is more than their disability or their ability. They're a person first and foremost. So why do we treat people's needs as problems? For example, we might say, Johnny has a problem with his behavior. I don't want to be his friend, or I don't want him as my student. He just can't get along with anybody. We need to change that lingo to say, Johnny needs some behavior support. Johnny doesn't want to be labeled as a child with behavior issues. He wants friends. He wants to be your students, but he needs the support. So as teachers, we have to realize when students need support and how to give it to them. And more than that, as students' friends, we need to realize he's not trying to be mean to me. He wants to be my friend. He doesn't know how. How can I support Johnny as my friend? Oops. After you realize that Johnny is more than his disability, you'll be a better friend or better teacher towards him. It's important that as teachers and as peers, we recognize the potential of different students. The real problem is not in a person's disability, but rather in our attitudes toward the disability. Every child can learn. Not every child can learn the same day or in the same way, but as educators and students, it's our job to make sure that we are giving everybody a fair and equal chance to learn and succeed. For too long in our society, we have seen someone that's in a wheelchair and we figured they can't do anything, they're in a wheelchair. It's not their problem, it's our problem because it's our attitude. When our attitude changes, we will start seeing some very different and very awesome results. But until we start seeing people first rather than the disability first, our society is not going to change. Let's practice using people first language. Your best friend is Darren. Darren loves to play video games and he's very good at them. He enjoys going to the park and even plays basketball there every once in a while. Lastly, he uses a wheelchair. How would you introduce Darren? Would you say, this is my friend Darren. Darren is crippled. He has to use a wheelchair. He slows us down. Oh yeah, Darren likes to play video games and goes to the park sometimes. Or would you say, this is my friend Darren. He loves to play video games and also enjoys going to the park. He uses a wheelchair, so we always get a good parking spot. Which answer did you choose? I hope you chose B. By seeing what Darren is good at first and then his disability, we put Darren first and foremost. Plus, if you really look at that scenario, does Darren's wheelchair even have anything to do with it? Not really. Learn to put people before their disabilities. Rather than saying he's autistic, you might say, Dan is a really smart child who has learned how to use his disability to his benefit. Learn how to put somebody else first. Lastly, a person is more than their disability. For more information, check out these websites or come visit with me.